I played both. I played the PlayStation version and PlayStation 2 version. I've recently played the PlayStation 2 version for the first time, like 3 months ago or something. Don't like emulating stuff, never have a chance to play it? Well, my playthrough's there, in case you want to get the story gist of it, or I know Chaos is probably going to do a playthrough of it soon, because he wants to play all the games too, so, you know, there's that. Mine's available on YouTube now, or you can just wait for, you know, other people, other playthroughs to get it. It's like, its story's like not the best, but it's really fun to play. But like, I know you not having a console would make it difficult, but it's a good enough game for the time it was made. It was a 1997 game, so if you can like go into it with an open mind, like, oh, it's a little bit of an older, like, it's the second game in the series, then it's a good enough game if you go into it expecting like an okay experience. Hear me, citizens of the Maximus Empire. The army has uncovered the truth behind this sudden infestation of Zerums. The cause lies with none other than the Valentin Church, who violate the spirits of men with their cursed Soma weapons. We also have witness claiming this creed who threatens the world is inexorable link to the Church. Inexorably, words. The army can no longer tolerate this vile organization that seeks to overthrow our beloved empire. Accordingly, Chalcedony Ackerman shall be executed for his attempt on the Empress's life, and the church's Soma's destroyed. Doesn't Director's Cut have a terrible... Oh my word, I dropped my controller. Doesn't Destiny's Director's Cut have a terrible boss? Yeah, it's got one boss fight that's pretty bad. And the final boss is meh. It's like really annoying. Oh, I never fought Barbatos, no. I'm assuming you fight Barbatos from doing the Archon of Ruins. I didn't do the Archon of Ruins. I didn't really like the way they were structured, and I ended the playthrough before I can finish them. I might go back to it on my own time, but no promises. But yeah, no, Irene was annoying to fight, and then the final boss, some of the phases were annoying, but like other than that, it's a good game. Again, the story and characters just kind of go into it expecting like, oh, it's the second game in the franchise. The series got better from here. The skits do really well to add to the characters, though. The PS2 version has skits, and the PS1 version did not have skits. Hence why I recommend the PS2 version. That's Pyrox's Soma. Think of it as a gesture of respect. There's no more fitting end for a Crystal Knight than death by Soma. Behold, my fellow countrymen, these blighted Somas, the insignia of those crystal criminals shall be no more. And with that, the Valentin Church falls into obscurity. Except, of course, for their last two remaining Somas, yours and mine. And the number will be one... And the number will be... one the moment your Soma evaporates with your corpse. Now the army reigns supreme. Have you any last words, traitor? Though I may die here, my cause does not. For there is another who will carry on my fight. Words. This knowledge liberates me from all fear, but it should terrify you, General. Go on then, finish it. What nonsense is this? Who's the other you speak of? He is the only man worthy of my respect. The only one fit to carry this world's burden. A far greater man than you. Oh, he's probably gonna say Kor, isn't he? Though cursed at birth, he has overcome his star-crossed fate and now fights to protect the world. Cursed birth, you say? That description fits you as well. And were you a different man, we might not have come to this, but alas. Farewell, Empress Pariba. I would have been upset if they killed Chal. Sorry for the wait. Man, we really cut it close this time. Meteor? Did you not read my letter? Why have you come? You have to ask? I don't want to become a man who would use saving the world as an excuse to abandon his friends. You damnable brazen fool. Release me at once. Yes, Commander. What's the meaning of this? Period. Pyrox. So it was you who goaded Meteor into this foolish gambit. What am I to do with you two? You could ask the same about you. How can you just leave us behind and run off to die like this? That was a still shot of Core's bottom, you're right. And it wasn't even a waifu, it was Core. You're not wrong. I'm afraid I agree with Periodot on this one, sir. Enough talk. Free me now. Only death awaits traitors who would disturb the enemy's peace. Now be gone. Chalcedony. You disgrace Pyrox's Soma with your debilitated Spiria, Grosselar. Yo, let's go. By the way, these last moments have been, like, great. The story's really, like, getting really interesting. Like, I'll talk more about it when we're done with this, though. It says, Sir Chalcedony says, in your hands that Soma might as well be a slingshot. Come, soldiers, come and fight. They may be so modest, but we have the greater numbers. Are you sure, General? It just never ends! More Crystal Knights. You jest. Crystal Knights are no match for us without their precious Somas. Somas or no, the Crystal Knights leave no one behind. Fight on, men. These villains have committed crimes against the Empire and they must face justice. Enough. We have no desire to spill more needless blood. Release the General and we'll leave. For once, we are of the same mind. State your Soma, Pyrox. You dare oppose my orders? You heard me? Attack! Straga needs you, Chal. As I mentioned before, I have pressing business elsewhere. Defeating this ancient Creed graphite? So be it. We shall remain in Straga and seek to forge an alliance with the army that we might aid your quest. Period. Pyrox, watch over him. I will stay at his side until my flame flickers and dies. Everything you just said, I'm with the commander till the end. I know the army's out of the picture, but we still probably want to use the sewers as opposed to the front gate. No more shall we sulk about in the shadows. We journey to save the world itself. The front gate will do. Is he a smooth talker or what? Passing through the gate is a rite of respect, acknowledging the sacrifices of our brave comrades who send us off. That's more my style anyway. Let's kick the front door wide open, Chal. I will thank you to address me with my proper name and title. Aw, come on, we're friends. Oh, this is classic Stan and Leon. I suppose we are comrades of a sort. Comrades? Hey, I like that. Let's get going, comrade. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. Your Soma has a most sonorous tone, Core. The front gate awaits. None shall deny Chalcedony Ackerman and company admission. Alright, we got Chal back in the party. Let's go, let's go. Comrade title. Alright. First, I'm going to catch up with chat. In Tales of Destiny PS2, if you auto-grind for 20 minutes, you'll be forced to fight Barbatos. Oh, so he's not in Ark in the Ruins then. Okay. Wolfen did tell me there was an Easter egg by fighting in the world map a lot. I tried to proc it on my playthrough, but I never did, and then I just gave up and tried to finish the game. That must have been what Wolfen was talking about. He might have told me that after, I just forgot because I never did it. But yeah, can't wait to see what Chaos thinks of Irene boss fight when he plays the game. Yeah, me too. I just can't wait to see him play the game in general, which he said either next or I think he said he was going to do either that or Tales of the Abyss again as the next Tales playthrough, so I look forward to it as well. Because I recently played it myself, and when I finished the game, I was like, hey, this game is like, it's really good, it got some problems. It's got like, I don't think it really has so much problems, just 2 bad boss fights. But putting aside the 2 bad boss fights, all the other problems with it are like due to its age. Like, I feel like the story suffers, but more because it's the second game in the franchise, and also the second half feels very disjointed. But the combat was fun, the characters were good enough, and it was a good experience overall. Forbidden topics. Listen, Core, as I am the commander of the Crystal Knights, it's not appropriate for you to be walking in front of me. Chal, you walk so slowly. To be fair, I'm sure it's because you're so short and you can't help it. You impudent. There are some matters we do not discuss. Is Chal really that short? Hey, watch out! You could cut someone if you go swinging your sword around like that. Don't worry, Core. I won't kill you. I'm just gonna remedy your height problem by severing your head or feet. That should put you and I at just about the same height. Crazy me, Chal. You're seriously hitting me. And so what if I am? This will even out our height difference. Then we could be comrades in stature, too. I never noticed there was that much of a height difference between them. Okay, what was that? I hope having these two together won't always be like this. I need to see this. Oh my word. Chal is a little bit shorter than Core. I never noticed there was that, like, it's not a huge height difference. I never noticed there was that much of a height difference. Oh my word, that's crazy. It's kind of like Leon. Leon's kind of short from Tales of Destiny, but that's a little more, like, noticeable. My hair has grown a tad. I'll have to ask Pyrox for a trim. What, Pyrox is your barber? You have Pyrox cut your hair? Yeah, that's not weird at all. Yeah, since I was a child. He's very nimble. He sews at a nearly professional level. Except for, well... Except for what? I do wish he would resist the urge to embroider little illustrations on my clothes. He does that? Let me see, let me see. I want to see what he drew. You most certainly may not, but it's a rabbit under my armpit. What? If you must know. Show me now. I was quite clear that I will do no such thing. Now leave me be, fool. Man, this game is great. It's good. I just wonder who the writers were sometimes. Right, whatever. I've never heard that saying that Chal just used, but you know. My Soma's covered in graffiti. This has to have been Periodot's doing. This is proof that I've been reading for far too long. Commander Chalcedony, your managerial oversight is seriously lacking. I apologize. This is indeed Periodot's handwriting, but I can't imagine where she learned such filthy language. Her penmanship is exquisite. Indeed, if she can only keep her baser impulses in check, Periodot could be as elegant and cultured as any noblewoman. Every bit the dutiful brother worrying about his beloved sister. Perish the thought. If she were my sister, I'd never have a moment's peace. Okay. Where am I at right now? What's our next mission? I hope you're well today, Lord Chal. Lots of skits, apparently. Lord Chal? You'll refrain from addressing me so... Oh, it makes me uncomfortable. Beryl? What's going on? Did you hit your head or something? Lord Chal's engaged to the Empress, right? So he's gonna be someone crazy important one day. Ah, she's right about that. I need to be working this connection. Lord Chal, my dear, I think it's high time that you and I got better acquainted. No! My engagement to the Empress was engineered by my father as a political maneuver. And now the church lies in ruins, I would imagine my engagement does as well. Core, please stop making that face. That doesn't change anything. After all, you and the Empress are all, you know. She's right. Surely you confess your love to her. And she to you? Yeah, there's no reason to assume the worst. Confess our love? With all that's transpired, there has been no time for such frivolities. Yo, Chal's blushing. We got him. Quite the contrary, young man. There's no wrong time for expressing one's love. Yo, Chal is very much like Hubert in this one skit. Go to her, Lord Chal. Tell her you love her. And while you're chatting, also let her know that you found an exceptional candidate for court painter. And Lord Chal, what better time to discuss an exceptional new company to take over the court's shipping contracts? Understood. I'll make sure to tell the Empress all about your exceptional impudence. Dude, that's one of the best skits in the game. I like that. Oh, that wasn't easy, huh? But we made it. Ah, the fresh smell of the open air. I wouldn't mind taking a breather myself. Pity we ain't got the time for one. Akko's waiting for us at Obis Southport. We should get back to her as quickly as we can. I was gonna ask where to go. What's the matter, Periodot? I was just wondering what Hope and Ward and the other kids are up to. After all, you guys escaped. I guess there's no going back. I guess there's no going back to see him, huh? Certainly not. After the war, the military put Prince Yor under extremely strict watch. The circumstances have certainly changed since then. Perhaps we would be able to get in on at this point. You might be right. It certainly is worth a try. We can't allow ourselves to be diverted, but if Prince Yor ever happens to be on our way, I would not object. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the stuff that's been happening. It's been like great moment after great moment. I feel like the weakest point of Hearts in the beginning was the story. Again, what was really driving me through the game was the characters. The characters are like they're pretty good. The skits were pretty good, and just the characters' banter was really, really neat. But I feel like the story in the beginning was just really like meh. It was just like, oh, we're trying to save Kohaku, which is neat. They were trying to get Kohaku's emotions back, but like it wasn't that interesting other than trying to get Kohaku's shards back. But like this second half with this Krieg Graphite stuff, like doing all this moment, it's like, it's really picking up, is basically what I wanted to say. And I wasn't going to say the story was trash before, but it just wasn't that interesting. And I was really, it very much was like I was here for the characters. If the characters weren't this good, the first half would have been not a very good experience. So, you know. But yeah, definitely the first half, like, okay, because the characters are really good and getting introduced to them and stuff. But, like, the overall story's, like, meh at best. But then the second half is, like, it's still not, like, it's not gonna be one of the best stories I've ever heard, but, like, you know, it is, pretty pog right now. I think it's a prompt to say if you go to Prince Yor. Oh, there's a cutscene in Prince Yor? Alright, well, I can go. How far is Prince Yor? All the way up. I do have the Sanctum bottles. It can't be that hard. Chat, you're right. They have skits in Zilia and Graces that prompt you to go to areas for side quests. So, you know what? I was literally gonna say, oh, I got caught up talking about the game. I was gonna say, hey, is that a hint to go? But chat just told me, so I guess we'll go to Prince Yor. Prince Yor is that way. Dude, thank goodness for these ultimate holy bottles. If I didn't have this ultimate holy bottle, I would not be going back right now. It was past the desert, right? Yeah. They really don't last very long, though, but I guess that's the cost you have for, having them in the game. I was considering wrapping up now, because it is a good point to wrap up, but also, like, I want to play for another hour. Do I have to go through the desert again? Please make this quick.